Uh.
Welcome back for another episode. Spicy here. I am starting a build guide series. Today in this episode I'll be covering the Brimstone staff, also known as the Dynamite build or the TNT build. I'll quickly go through the spells on this staff and the armor pieces that may work well with this build. Let's get started. Q1 is a tap targeting burst skill with a little bit of damage over time. 0 seconds cooldown. The damage over time is pretty decent once you hit 5 stacks. Q2 is a ground targeting AoE skill, a little bit lower DPS with a 4 seconds cooldown. This is my personal favorite skill of the fire staff. I will show you why shortly in the PvP clip. W1 instant cast ignite that does good initial hit damage plus a decent amount of dot damage over 4 seconds. W2 is Wall of Flame that has knockback on the initial hit and small amount of fire damage. If you only just hit tier 4, these two are the only two that you can access to on the W skill. Next up, big damage meteor. Even the tooltip says 2 seconds cast time, the animation itself is about 1.5 seconds, so it's a 3.5 seconds skill in total. And for the passive, until you hit level 20 on fire staff to get the cast time buff, I would stick with probably energy because there's no other way that you can gain mana back. There are a couple of pieces of armor that could work well with this build. Let's see some PvP action and see which one you like the best. Here I'm dueling a melee class. And the strategy to this fight is to use the Q2 wisely to keep him away from me. I cast the Q2 on my feet, he would have taken the damage if he were to attack me. This happened kind of quick, so I'm gonna put it on slow mode. I use the Judicator boot skill to knock him up while I'm having the cast speed buff from the chest and then cast Meteor. It takes about 0.7 seconds to cast the Meteor. He did manage to get out because of the 1.5 seconds animation. And then I keep zoning him out with my Q2 and spam W ignite when it's ready. And that is GG. Mind you that we have very similar item power. Next fight I was up against a ranger. Q2 is a little bit harder to zone him out because he is ranged. So you may want to switch to Q1 for better damage. Right there I'm trying to do my wombo combo, not sure why he didn't dodge. Maybe he was lagging or something. And that big damage there is just a little bit lower than 50%. He is also doing some serious damage to me, not sure what else I can do, so I popped the ice block and I was lucky to win this fight as he tried to hit me and ran into my Q2. Right, let's see some small scale PvP and see how this build perform. I saw the snare, pop my cast speed buff and then jump into it with my boot skill and then cast Meteor. Didn't get the kill, but that was some crazy damage. Just an example here, was looking for opportunity. Since I'm pretty low on health, I'm stay away from the main fight. And right there, 3 of them stacking up with 1 on extreme low health. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm jumping in and do the big damage. Does feel a little bit easier to hit the big damage when there are other people to distract them or CC them. With the Royal Helmet that gives you the damage buff over time, it does feel good when your team has some serious CC or in a large scale PvP, as it is easier to land the hit. Just giving you a quick summary of how I feel about this build and what gears I prefer. This build can do a big chunk of damage, especially in guild v guild, hence why I recommend full damage build for that purpose, and it will look like this. However, for a smaller scale PvP, I will put some into cast speed and cooldown reduction. Due to the fact that it's harder to land the hit, I have actually tested on a full cast speed reduction and it's down to 0.67. However, the enemy can still walk away from your meteor due to the fact that the animation takes 1.5 seconds. Hence why 5 to 10% cast speed reduction is more than enough, given the main source of the cast speed reduction came from your chest skill, and it will look like this. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. Please smash the like and subscribe button and let me know in the comment below what build you wanna see.